With the ever-changing global economy, our jobs are requiring more education and more training. These demands are requiring a rigorous, quality math education. By implementing the Georgia Performance Standards, we've taken a significant step in ensuring the success of our students. Now let's take a look at how math is being instructed today in elementary school.
In 5th grade, our standards require that we study fractions, and we have to actually do some pretty complicated things with fractions, don't we? We have to add them and subtract them, and sometimes we have to change them from one number to another number. Well, the question we have specifically been focusing on for about the last 3 days is how can I compare fractions with different denominators? If you can tell me which of these numbers is the denominator, I would like you to raise your hand. What do you think? What do you think, Damien?
The bottom.
The bottom one is the denominator. If the bottom one is the denominator, Emma, which one, or what is the name for the top one? You think you remember it?
Yes.
What is it? The numerator, that's right.
I knew it.
So we have the numerator and the denominator. Sometimes we have fractions with different denominators or different bottom numbers, don't we? Does anybody remember that from any of the games we've learned to play with fractions? Different denominators. That makes it harder to compare the fractions. When I say compare, what do I mean? There are 3 main symbols we use for comparing. Think you remember? Not quite sure. Carson, do you think you remember?
Bigger, smaller, and equal.
Good. We could say bigger, smaller, or equal. Does anybody remember some other words for that? There are some you'll see more commonly on a math test or something like that. Danielle?
Same.
Same can mean the same thing as equal. Okay. Does anybody have any other words for bigger and smaller? Some you might see on a math test. Caitlin?
Greater.
Greater is the same thing as bigger. Joseph?
Less.
Less, that's right. All of the games we are going to play today involve figuring out which fractions are greater and which fractions are less.
Through hands-on experiences, students apply their knowledge of mathematical concepts. Here, students are sequencing fractions on a number line.
Yes, it has to be bigger than 1/2, but smaller than 7/8.